sa ospravedlňujem, ak mi bude hučať práčka za chrbtom.
Okay. Fokus D.
Bez, takže máme prvú víru.
Yep.
Lock the door.
Curious whether it's worth it playing PvP on Apollo 3? Here's my quick rundown of how PvP works right now, 3 days after the first PvP season, Vicious season, started. 2v2. Pretty active on the first day. That was Wednesday. We had around 20 people active in the 2v2 arenas. From the very beginning until almost the night time. Then the 3v3 event happened the very first day of the PvP season. We had around 100 to 200 people playing in the event. Was pretty successful. I didn't have any issues with lag or anything, so it was really good. The second day, barely anybody logged into 2v2. The third day, the same story. At peak time, you can expect 0 to 5 teams playing. It's usually on the lower end though. Either nobody or 1 or 2 teams queuing up for 2v2. So overall, really bad. You might say, oh, but what about the 3v3 event? That's amazing that you can queue up for 3v3. That's something unheard of almost on private servers. Yes, if you can play 7 to 11 p.m. 2 days a week, that's perfect for you. However, these 3v3 events not only help the server's PvP, it also hinders it in a big way. It essentially kills the 2v2 queues and 3v3 queues outside of the event. Because what's the incentive to play 3v3 outside of the event when during the event you get to play against multiple teams, different opponents, and you get the honor points reward. You get 3,000 honor points if you play 30 arenas and win at least 3 of them. Random battlegrounds. Alliance is the PvP faction here. Horde is the PvE faction. Unfortunately, to the extent that if you want to queue up for a BG on the Alliance, you can expect to be waiting 15 to 20 minutes on average. For Horde, it takes somewhere between instant queue pop and 5 minutes max. Usually around 2 minutes on average, so it's super fast for Horde. But waiting for a battleground, if your Alliance is just terrible. I have a character both on the Alliance and on Horde, and I have to be honest, I'm not playing the Alliance character just because of the fact that I'm not able to get into a battleground. Thus, I'm not able to gear up properly, and that means I'm not able to be ready for the arena, so I'm not queuing up for arena. I was not expecting Apollo 3 to do this bad in regards to PvP. And overall, for me, Apollo 3 is just a big disappointment. I didn't have very big expectations coming into it, but I thought, okay, it's gonna be fun on Vicious season at least, right? Well, it's not. I'm not having fun. I'm not having fun even when I'm playing for the Horde, having instant battlegrounds, not have to be waiting, and even if I'm in a pre-made group, this is not how it should be. This is nowhere near the Blizz-like experience that Apollo 3 wants to achieve. It's just a big mess, and I can't see myself playing here for much longer if things don't change drastically. So to conclude, random battlegrounds, as Alliance, you're going to be waiting a hella lot. You better start reading a book while waiting for the BGQs, and I can guarantee you, you're going to read through that book very fast. For Horde, instant BGQs, which is amazing, and Horde even manages to win a lot of the battlegrounds. It's not like on the lower levels where the Horde would be the faction that would lose most of the battlegrounds. Here it's almost like 50-50, I would say. It's pretty good, but still, being in a queue where there are 100 alliances waiting and 0 hordes being queued up is just complete bullshit. To be honest, I don't even care about the cross faction anymore because it's not going to be ready on time. It's just going to be too late. Too many people will quit before it is implemented. The 2v2s are already dead. It's not going to change much. You know, the argument that, oh, nobody has the gear, so nobody wants to queue up. Okay, if nobody has the gear, they wouldn't care because everybody's on an equal footing, right? I'm expecting the 3v3 event on Sunday to be somewhat popular. It's probably going to be a little bit bigger than it was on Wednesday because, especially for the Alliance, is the only way to gear up instead of doing battlegrounds. So you get the 3,000 honor points in there, potentially. As for Horde, I was trying to find a team on Horde to queue up for the 3v3 arenas during the event. I couldn't. There were like 2 people in that 1 hour window looking for partners for 3v3 in the world chat. Nobody else. One person hit me up that wanted to play with me in 3v3. We couldn't find the 3rd person. So I just quit and I didn't even do the 3v3 event in my DK. I lost not only 3,000 honor points, I lost 4,500 honor points that way. Because if you open the honor satchels that you get from the event near a base in a battleground where it gives you plus 50% honor points, that makes it, instead of 3,000, that makes it 4,500 honor points. So that's literally 3 main set pieces you can buy for that, which is amazing. So would I recommend Apollo 3 for a PvP player? No, I wouldn't. Would I recommend it for a PvE player? Possibly. You have to count with disconnects, which are happening quite often these days, with many shutdowns and restarts, and overall the Apollo 3 experience, for it being the 4th Cataclysm realm they've released, it's just not good at all. I don't know for how much longer I'm gonna keep trying before I quit the server, but I think it's about the time to let it go. If you want to play PvP on Apollo 3, don't expect rated battlegrounds. They will either be non-existent at all, or they will be only for chosen people. That means if you're in one of the, 2 active PvP guilds that will make the 20-man groups and roll for who's going against who, which in my opinion is not really a rated battleground as it should be, but that's the best you can get. So you'll go 20-man group, divide into two groups of 10 people by rolling, and that's it. And you play within the same guild pretty much. You play against each other. And that is only happening in the evening European time. Secondly, for random battlegrounds, I advise you to go Horde to have the instant queues and get a party or a guild where you can run pre-mates with. I definitely don't advise you to play random battlegrounds on the Alliance because you're going to be stuck in the queue longer than you're going to be playing the battleground. For Arena, you'll definitely find Arena partners easier on the Alliance. You will struggle really hard to find Arena partners on Horde. For duels, I advise you to not even do them because you're gonna be waiting for your cooldowns to come back up, so don't even bother. And that's about the PvP on the server. Not really a good experience for me. I remember playing on Twinstar years back and it used to be way a lot better. Way better. And for 3v3, of course, the 3v3 events are the only time when you can get in a 3v3 arena, and that's on Wednesday and Sunday from 7 to 11 p.m. You also get some extra honor points. If you play at least 10 arenas, you get 1500 honor points. You need at least one of those arenas to be a win. If you play 20 arenas, you get 2500 honor points, and you need at least 2 of them to be a win. And if you play 30 arenas and you win at least 3 of them, you get 3000 honor points, outside of the conquest points, of course. And the 3v3 arena is the fastest way to reach 2000 rating and increase your conquest points cap.
In the house.
Bude deep.
Kámo, ja som mu dal 2 razy resist, pane bože.
Ešte jednu poli dám.
A hneď potom ide fear.
Skús fear. Dobre, to už dáme,
Trinket.
Ja už len s vánčkou.
Nice. Sme sa vytrápili, no.
Ale to je také trapenie, keď mám pre boha 3000 mány, pol areny.